Alright, let's see if we can't do some more main story questing. I think we should be able to get to main story quest level 25 in this push here. We're already actually level 37, so it should be decently easy to do. You know, it will level sync us down in some cases, but worth it anyway. Anyway, let's pick up this main story quest. This is going to be Sylphish Concerns. Oh. There was word while you were away. Sylphs were seen in the wood, but near no land of their own. No, this was a place near to here, a place we've never known a Sylph to come. Something must have given them cause to venture this far. More than like the missing Sylphs elders among them. Here, I've marked the tract where they were sighted on your map. Go see if there's anything to be seen. Alright, let's see. Okay, I can see I need a map. Alright, let's go this way for a little bit. Looks like nothing here. Don't see nothing here either. Oh, something here. And once again, had my game off, so when I come back, I've got to turn Carbuncle back on. Sigh. Okay, let's... see what's through here then. Oh, up there, eh? Boy, if it had been any closer, it would have bit me. So, was there aught to be found in the woods? What did you come to? Garlands? In this part of the Twelves Wood? First Sylphs and now Garlands? And all in the same place? It cannot be mere coincidence. Might the Garlands be following the Sylphs, tracking them, or giving chase, mayhaps? But no. Not this far into the forest. The whalers' spies are everywhere. Imperials could never have stolen past them all. How in the bloody hells could they? Unless someone guided them through. Someone who knew where the spires stand and when the whalers watch. A Gridanian traitor. It's an improvement, so we're going to take them. We're going to put them on. I guess ever so slightly better than that silly skirt. All right, this should be Nouveau Riche. I'm glad you've come, friend. There's something I want to talk to you about. You know, I said I thought we might have a traitor in our midst. Someone was aiding the Garleans. Well, I'm thinking I may have identified our suspect. There's a regular of mine who used to dine on thin soup and sip his pint on account of not being able to afford another. But of late, he's taken to ordering my best wines and the finest cuts of meat I can lay my hands on. Were he a merchant, I'd probably think nothing of it, but this lad's a wood whaler. And wood whalers don't earn that kind of coin. By chance, I was musing on where the money was coming from when you first told me about the Garleans in the forest, and I couldn't help putting two and two together. Suffice it to say, if a whaler's working for the Empire, none of us is safe. The lad I'm talking about goes by the name of Laurentius. Last I heard, he was in the South Shroud. Find him, Misty, and if he is up to no good, put an end to it. And him if it comes to that. Can you not see I'm on patrol? Be gone. If you have business with the whalers, take it to the barracks. No more than I deserve, though. 'Tis little wonder the Empire has risen to such heights. If only the whalers paid men their worth. You! What did you? How long have you? Help! 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 Please come quick, my friends. It is I, Laurentius. I'm under attack. Okay, there we go. How did you just, I know nothing. I was on patrol. He just appeared. I thought you were working for the Garleans. How long do you mean to keep this up? What is it you imagine I've done? Enough! Enough, I say. It's over then. I sold maps and rations to the Empire. It was I. I meant no harm. I only wanted the coin. The whalers are good. Strong. I was proud to join their ranks. Am proud. But they do not provide. They preach justice, honor, duty, but in the end it is those with money who do as they will, who live as they will. So I sought an opportunity to change my fortunes, and took it. All I've done for money. Endangered myself, my home, everything and everyone I love. Why, my actions have put your life in danger too. Though you do not yet realize how much. Hehehehe. Bloody idiot. Did you imagine that you had cornered me? It is not I who is cornered. Garleans, I've brought the Roegadyn bitch. Permit me a question, if you will. Are all adventurers so deluded as to believe they can challenge the power of Garlemald? You would need a veritable mountain of guilt to fund such an endeavor. Such is the cost of fighting great power, or of making it, or of remaking it, as we will, Britannia. So that's the way of it. Swapped your hard bunk at the barracks for a feather bed in Garlemald, did ya? Spit. You there, Roegadyn. You stand here at old Busk's wish, no? Then you don't stand alone. Impossible. How did you best the Empire's finest, and with bandits and poachers at your side? They are your sworn enemies. Why do they fight with you and not against you? Ah, but I know the answer only too well. Buscarron. This is his doing. His words are wont to inspire men to act, better men than I. Gods, what have I become? What have I done? Ah, I am sorry. No more will I pursue this folly. No more lies, no more bribes. I will go to the Order of the Twin Adder and confess my crimes. There is something I would like you to tell Buscarron. Tell him Laurentius the Fool says thank you. I feel as though a veil has been lifted from before my eyes. Laurentius confessed to his crimes. I just had word from the Twin Adder. Seems he marched straight into the nest and gave himself up. The lad's had quite a life, you know. His mother was killed by a brigand when he was only small. As a young man, he joined the whalers, hoping to spare his fellow Gridanians the misery he'd known growing up. Trouble is, protecting Gridania is too big a job for one man, and he came to believe that he couldn't make a difference, that it was hopeless. There are few things more dangerous than desperation, and a man lost in the dark is easily drawn to the glimmer of coin. I reckon he thought that if he couldn't change the lot of his fellow man, he might as well change his own. Thing is, he was making a difference, just not on his own. Somehow he'd failed to grasp one simple truth, that those things we cannot do alone, we must do together. Eh? He asked you to thank me, did he? Then there's good in him yet. I just hope them at the Adder's Nest are able to see it. What he's done ain't easy to forgive, but I'd like to think he'd be afforded a chance to make amends. But let us leave fates to the 12. I have other news for you, Misty. The Sylph Elder has been found. Alright, this should be into the beast's maw. It's taken us a fair old while, but we've finally got our hands on some reliable information concerning the whereabouts of your missing green friend. His name is Frixio, and he's the eldest amongst the Sylphs of Little Solace. Long has he represented his kind in dialogue with the Gridanians. Yes, he's like a bridge between us and them. A small, leafy green bridge that we can't find at the moment. And bridges are no use if you don't know where they are. That's why it's so important that we find him. There's an abandoned dungeon called the Thousand Maws of Totorak here in the South Shroud. 'Twas by the entrance to the place that Frixio was seen, and not long ago. Neither. If you hurry, I reckon you'll find him. Walking ones, please help this one. This one needs help. Needs help to help, Elder One. Poor Frixio, poor Frixio. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your chocobos. Take a deep breath and tell us what's wrong. Nice and slow. Elder went into Totorak, but has not returned. This one is worried, so very worried. And you're right to be. The place fair crawls with nasties, waiting to make a meal of anyone daft enough to wander in. What in the seven hells was he thinking, entering that bloody death trap? Elder One had no choice. Imperial ones were chasing Elder One. Please, walking ones must help Elder One. Help Elder One now. Ugh! The fates conspire against us. Forgive my pragmatism, but Frixio is our best hope of reaching an accord with the Sylphs. Were we to lose him, all our efforts thus far will have been for naught. I will tend to her wounds. Ida, make haste to the Adder's Nest and request assistance. Understood. Misty, go to the 1,000 Maws of Totorak and see that Frixio comes to no harm. Peace between man and Sylph rests upon your success. That's the one I don't need. Okay. Could have sworn we got some more gear, though. Apparently not. Let's see, where are we going? By the order of the Elder Seedseer, the dungeon known as the 1,000 Maws of Totorak has been placed under the control of... What? The Sylph Elder is inside? And you are sure of this? How in the seven hells did he manage to sneak by? God, strike me down for a purblind fool. You must find the Sylph Elder before he falls prey to the fiends within. Entrance to Totorak is ordinarily restricted, but these are exceptional circumstances. Pray, assemble a rescue party and enter as soon as you are ready. Alright. As before, I think I can take NPCs, so that's what we're gonna do. Not bad. No, can't wear those, I guess. Okay. I can use them either. Nope. Ew.
Darkness.
Elko Hitra Buklo Hans. Seastabon Rajadorn. Thagon Well Rogue. Tosan Opaiki. Mayhap I might if I deign to speak in my guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians, servant to the one true God. Yours is a most fantastical tale, truly absorbing. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime, and it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark minions.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. The Echo. Yes, yours is a most fascinating tale. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come to an end. But fear not.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of another. The tale of the crystal's demise.
Da-da-da-da. All right. See what we got. Cool. I mean, it's still not a great looking outfit, but here we are. It looks like I can use that. What is this? Yeah, I don't know. All right. Gasp. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, Sinister One is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of these ones of Little Solace. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Lark's call, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where is that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend. I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gradanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Loath, though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Ramu will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a Sylph, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the Sylphs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be in reasonably good health when last I looked. Ah, apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon their icon. Really, Centurion? Were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness. Better dead in truth than deed to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us. Make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion. I can fair taste it. But at this rate... No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Ah, yes. Though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility if not we? In that alone you were right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord von Balzar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Ah ha 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 ha! Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears that other taken ones also suffer the same fate. This one is convinced. Walking ones have black hearts. Seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones among the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? This one would know what brings walking one to this place. Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding, then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramu, then this one will provide answers. But first, let these ones quit this lightless place. This one will return to Little Solace. When walking one is ready, please come and see this one. These ones may speak properly then. Then it is settled. Let this one accompany walking one outside. Ah, you're back. Tell me the Sylph Elder is well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad that Frixo didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go, tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sylphs before aught else befalls us, eh? Rest assured, I'll send word to our friends of Charlian and the 12th Adder both. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lass, and earned yourself a place of honor here at the Druthers Inn. So doing, be sure to come by whenever you feel like a drop of Kagorn firewater. Not better, so we're going to take the money. Alright, this should be a simple gift. Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sylphs of Little Solace. This is Azima rose oil. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sylphs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Roegadyn and Sylph alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Looks like there's multiple summoners here right now. That's fun. Oh, this is not where I want to be? But it should be. Oh, I see. Okay. A gift from Walking One Buscaroon. A gift for these ones. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscaroon and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Again, not an improvement, so we're gonna just take the money. Alright, this should be Believe in Yourself. This one has been expecting. Walking One. This one fetches Elder One. This one is pleased to see Walking One again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Misty. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Noraxia. This one is grateful. Pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak. Would that this one had not. In Totorak, a sinister one, robed in black, tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister robed in black? Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees. So walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes. Your people summoned the Lord of Leven but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Khan Isena. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did not know how. So this one fled to Little Solace, with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones, or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primals, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sylphs, Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile toward trespassers. But what about the abductions? A fine question, Ida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to honored Connie Senna. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. That Sylph elder is very reasonable. I must say, you could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Awakening Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate if you would deliver Phrixo's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Phrixo, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One Misty. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summoned Lord Ramu, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. Gasp! This one was not mistaken about Walking One. Waking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch touched ones. So long as touched ones are not troubled, touched ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses touched ones making no trouble, mayhap Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for touched ones. All right, let's see. There are tempered sylphs in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Back to Gridania. Ah, if it isn't Misty. How went the meeting with the Sylphs? Here you go. A missive from the Sylph Elder himself, if I may. So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramuh. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seeds here will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources toward tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright, this should be back from the wood. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the Elder Seeds here to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello? Hello, Misty? Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Papalimo returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Alright, let's go. I believe. What is that? Okay, well, it doesn't matter what it is. I can't use it in my current class, so we are going to use one of these teleport to Vesper Bay tickets. Cool. Now, I don't know if it's this one, but one of these lets me, yes, paint my clothes to change their colors. You there, yes, you, the decisively unfashionable adventurer. Gods be good, never in my life have I seen such unapologetic focus on function at extreme cost to form. The mere sight of you fair makes my eyes bleed. As a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing, I cannot, in good conscience, allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can yet be salvaged through the use of color. I will teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat has given me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would you? Once I have moistened my throat, we shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. Okay. I think it's actually over here. No? Could have sworn it was over here that I wanted to get that, but... Oh dear, dear, this will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? My dear, if only you'd spare a thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during a scuffle, because there's little else going for it. That's it, I've made up my mind. From this day forth I shall take it upon myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see. So much that needs to be addressed. Where even to begin? Be a dear and get me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched. And this is a matter best discussed over a glass of something cold. Just go to the Pesty and ask Holsund. I'll have some blood orange juice and tell her to make sure there's no pulp in it. Now off you go. Okay, but where? Where? Seriously, where am I supposed to go for this? Oh, Swardrum sent you, did she? That woman, I've never known anyone so lazy. Would it kill her to come and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know. Give her an ilm and she'll take 'em all. So how's that drink coming along? Oh, delicious. Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive tastes, but life's too short to settle for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe, too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, you'd look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours. What's a glamour, you ask? Well, they use a glamour prism as a catalyst to project the image of one item onto another. It's just an illusion, mind, but very convincing. This means the original object stays essentially the same. It just takes on a new appearance. That's all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another one on top, or use a glamour dispeller to return the object to normal. Why sacrifice style for such humdrum trifles as durability, or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expression are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead, give it a try, and do make it quick, dear, for my sake. I'm finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. I mean, rude. I still don't know where to get a bottle of juice. Stall near the gate, she said, right? Took a bow here. We should pick that up. Just don't see anything. There is something. That's my main story quest. That's not going to help. What's up here? Nothing. Nothing. Orange juice. Okay, somehow that was harder than I expected it to be, but here we are. Pray tell, have you brought my orange juice? Lest you have forgotten, the merchant who sells it can be found just inside the northern gates. Gulp. Phew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folk to dye their outfits a veritable rainbow of colors. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to be fashion unconscious. Lest you worry that dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer for the change in appearance. A change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there is no fear of getting locked into one color. The garish pink that seemed like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. And that is all you need to know about dyeing gear. Now, what are you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color into your life. Cool. Alright, now we can finish on with our main story quest over here. Sorry about that, but I sometimes do feel the need to glamour up some of these outfits. Wait, I thought this was where I was going. Oh man, I ran right by her. Damn it. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer. Welcome back, Misty. Lady Minfiglio awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. Grumble, 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 grumble. I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim. Yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is an assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. Ah, I've been meaning to ask, but is Alize quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I. Alas, Alize has chosen to walk her own path. Stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldizian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to ask. To act. Wow. It's good to see you again, Misty. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the Quarrel has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god, and with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Justola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed, so then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with Garuda. Who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania? Yes, that's what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Misty? Beg pardon. A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve! Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to Eek! Tataru? A Sylph? In Thanalan? At long last, this one finds walking one Misty. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as friend. Let these ones be friends. A pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Misty, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. All right, I think that's all right. All right, This should be Shadow of Darkness. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Misty. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Old Ah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Misty. Go off to Old Ah, then. The masked man? Ah, you've come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago. Slain by a marauding horde of Hjörn. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Highbridge. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin to mine or the mind to spend it. Highbridge is where? Okay. Let's go to Camp Drybone then. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhaps you'll learn a thing or two, eh? Alright, this should be Highbridge times. When the Order of Nalthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the endless beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a melm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah, Thal take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Okay. On the trail of a masked man? I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It is said he wears a black, hooded robe and looks right suspicious, and that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the corn raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Hi, I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanalan too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The corn raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do. But that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. All right, and this should be where there is smoke. I finally got some honest to God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Fall's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Curran appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So, what do you think? That's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? Sure. Oh, wow, way up there. Okay. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? This scroll, it bears a prayer to Rhalgr, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Rhalgr is the guardian deity of Mhigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last kill that your assailant was Almegan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That selfsame merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Alright. On to Little Mhigo. The Almegan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head toward Little Mhigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Old Ah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has, relocated to Little Mhigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it, then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Oh, convenient. I've already been to Little Mhigo. Oh, I think that was during that quest where I'd put on the terrible gear in order to, unmask the priest that wasn't really a priest. Why yes, Hihibaru is my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with my family matters. But I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells. But one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Well, that was not very nice. All right, this should be T43. Well met, adventurer. I'm Giselbert, head of security here at Little Mhigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gundobald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can. And you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for Amalja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalan tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they knew. All right. Just double check I haven't gotten any gear recently. Nope. But I do have some that should be. Interesting. They're white. I should be able to extract. Oh, you know what? I think I haven't learned that, so maybe not. Who the hells are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain? Hiding among the refugees like as not? Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. You there. Are you an emulsion? No? Then carry on. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know. Don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard. Then I don't give a mummer's fart. Okay, that was not helpful either. Shoo, shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry? A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was with some Alamegans. I assume he was one of them. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further with your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Almegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. What? Man. Alright, let's see. Okay, this should be foot in the door. So you're determined to press on with your investigation. Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Almegans' trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Old Ah, but the Almegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Almegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. All right. Welcome back, Misty. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Almegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Almegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Almegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Looks like not better. Okay. Let's take some money then. Alright, we have been going a little over 2 hours, and I think that's enough for right now. So, I will be back probably in an hour or so. Gonna find me a snack, get some, fresh air and sunshine, and we'll see you in a little bit.